Okay, so welcome to the foundation declutter. We're not gonna swatch foundations because I'll just tell you my shade. I'm like a MAC NC25-ish. Okay, so let's start with these newer things. I've showed you guys these in a vlog. These are the Chanel Le Beige Water Tint. I love these. This is medium light, this is medium. You can see just a very slight difference. And I didn't think it would be such a huge difference that I could see, because when I watch people do like reviews and I watch them apply to their skin, it looks to sheer out. But when I wear the medium right now, it is actually dark on me. Like I can see that it doesn't match my neck, whereas the medium light matches me perfectly. So again, very, very, very light coverage. I'll link maybe if I remember the vlog where I showed you this on my face. It's so pretty. Oh, obviously keeping. This is the Chanel Sublimage. I probably got this like 2 or 3 years ago, so it has to go. I got some decent use out of it, but it just, I don't know. I feel like whenever I had it on my face, it just looked, it looked pretty, but it felt like I had like a lot, like if I had layered lots of skincare on. So I didn't feel like it like stayed on my face for a very long time. However, I am going to clean this out and use this top to like mix foundations. So I'm very excited for that palette. Okay, this is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion. I have 2 shades here. So I have L3 here and L4. So I can wear both of them, but one of them just leans a little more neutral and one of them leans warmer. So it just depends on like how my skin's looking that day, but I love this. It looks dewy and beautiful. You have to set it. I guess I should just share with you that I generally like dewy foundations or a natural finish. So keeping. So we have the La Mer Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation. I have it in the shade Linen 13. I've had this for a while. It's like pretty much gone. You can see like what you see there is like just clinging. While I like this foundation, I don't know that I'd repurchase. Like I like it a lot, and I've noticed a lot of women who have more, I would say 30 plus, 40 plus in age, wear this and like it. And I do too, but I don't know if I repurchase it just because of everything else I have here that I really love. I mean, so I am decluttering this, but I kept it for a while, so because I knew I wanted to do this video for you guys and do like a bit of a review. Let's see. So this is the Huda Beauty foundation. I know she's coming out with a newer one, but this one is super, super high coverage. I feel like if you are heavy-handed or you like tend to just pump a full pump of foundation out and you use this, you're gonna kind of hate it because it's gonna look cakey. So I use the tiniest bit. Sometimes I do a drop of oil in it. I think it's beautiful. If I want to go super full coverage and like literally blank out my face, I use this and I really love it. So keeping. This is the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. I have mine in the shade Nude Beige and I really like this. It's a super easy foundation. I feel like there are actually quite a few cushion foundations at the drugstore, and Maybelline and L'Oreal have them, but I really think that the Wet n Wild one, while probably being the cheapest, is the best one. So again, love this. Keeping. So this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have it in the shade 1W2 Sand. I probably got this a couple years ago and I enjoyed it for what it was, and I had never tried it up until then, even though it's like a cult product. But overall, I mean, it's just too, it just shows on my skin. Like I think if you apply it and then you spray down your face and everything, then yeah, you don't see it. So I'm going to declutter this because it's a little older. So this is the Natasha Denona Face Glow SPF 15. I love this. I have it in the shade 20. It's beautiful. It's glowy, like very glowy. Not for everyone. Again, if you have texture, I think this is one of the glowiest foundations I have. So I wouldn't recommend it to anyone with texture or if you have a lot to cover up. But I'm keeping this. So this is the Milk Sunshine Skin Tint. I have in the shade Sand, and I think it's expired, but I really love this. The only thing I don't like is like, it has like this, what do you call it? A roller ball, which is totally fine. And I think it distributes the makeup really nicely. I just think the smell is a little weird. It smells a little like, I don't know if clay or earthy or Play-Doh-y. Again, very dewy, not a lot of coverage. So I'm going to declutter this. This is the La Mer Reparative Skin Tint, has SPF 30. I think I have it in the shade, okay, light medium. I probably need to wear the shade light, but I can probably wear this in the summer, like deep summer, like when I have had a tan and it's like 2 months into summer and there's like 1.5 months of summer left. That's maybe when I can wear it. But I do like it. I have to give it more of a chance. I got it when it was going into winter, so I was already too light for this. So I tried to make it work for like a couple applications, but I have to get back to this, so I will not declutter this. Okay, so we have the L'Oreal Infallible foundations here. I'm decluttering this one, even though I really liked it. I have shade 104. This is the matte version. I've just had it for a while and I just need to get rid of it. But it's a very lightweight, beautiful matte foundation that doesn't like make you look like, what's the word? Like when foundations are matte, they can just exaggerate any of your lines or any of your imperfections, and this doesn't do it. These two, I, for whatever reason, can't really find a shade for me. So I have 202, which is a little light, 205, which is a little dark, but when I mix them together, I can get like a pretty good shade match. I'm not super in love with this foundation, but I like to keep drugstore options around just in case. So yes, I'm just gonna keep these for now. Okay, speaking of drugstore, this is the Revlon Candid Foundation. Natural finish. It really is a natural finish. I think it's very pretty. I used it a few times in the winter, and I was kind of like, I might enjoy this more spring, summer. So we'll come back to that, but it is really pretty. And the concealer for the under eyes is also quite good too. Okay, so this is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer with SPF 50. I love this. I have not been able to wear the CC cream or anything in the CC cream line. It looks horrible on my skin. I have tried it multitudes of times because it's so well loved and I keep trying to find things with SPF in it. But this one looks beautiful. I love this one so much. I almost feel like for everybody that likes the CC cream, then maybe they wouldn't like the Bye Bye Foundation. But I love this and would highly recommend it to you. I'm very excited to have it for the summer because of the SPF. So keeping the Misha BB cream. This is the first BB cream I've tried, and I've tried so many since then, especially when that huge craze, I don't know, how was it, like 4 or 5 years ago. This is still my favorite one. So I've repurchased it. I have shades number 23 and 25. 25 is more warm toned. The number 23 still has a bit of that grayish, pinkish beige situation. I mean, after like wearing the rest of my makeup and bronzer and powder and stuff, yeah, 23 looks fine, but initially upon application, I prefer mixing the two, and they're not expensive. I get them off of Amazon. They're like $8 each. So this is the larger size, plus SPF 42 PA+++, so super win. I think this looks so pretty on the skin. It's one of those like no makeup type base products, so super love. The Wander Beauty Nude Illusion. This is beautiful. The applicator is a doe foot, so that's nice. Again, this is kind of just like a throw-on foundation. If you just don't know what to wear, or not you, but I don't know really what I want to put on my face or what kind of a look I'm going for, I'll just grab this. It's like a really easy go-to. So again, Nude Illusion, it's fairly lightweight. You don't really get much coverage. What you will see with a lot of my things is also that, like, there's not much. I like medium coverage, max. Keeping. This is the By Terry Terribly Dauntless Foundation. This is really, really beautiful. I'm positive this is expired. I have the shade 7 Golden Beige. I would probably repurchase this in a sale. It's very, very expensive, but I think it looks really, really beautiful on the skin. If you want some nice coverage, but you're not trying to look like you're wearing makeup, this is a really good option. It looks really, really pretty, but because it's older, I'm going to declutter it. This is the Kagendo Aqua Foundation. This is the old formulation. I love this so much. I know it looks like it's full, but it's actually not. I have used pretty much, let me see. I would say that there's like that much left in there. And I don't know. I feel like the new formulation, I haven't tried it yet, but my mom's tried it and she said it's like drier. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. She is older, so maybe it'll work for me. But this formula was heaven. This looks so, it just looks so beautiful. I mean, I guess I shouldn't talk about it anymore because what's the point? Decluttering. So this is the La Prairie Skin Caviar Essence in Foundation. This is the shade NC20 in Peach. This is really pretty. This is like, I feel like if you are combo skin, you might like this. If you are dry, I think you might really have to hydrate. It's not matte, but it is a fast drying formula and it's not dewy on the skin. If you want dewy, okay, I mean, I'd still recommend this and I'm keeping this, but as far as La Prairie goes, if you want dewy, get this. Like this I'm gonna pitch because it's like empty. Like I love this so much. I've also put it into a cushion, like an empty cushion to like apply it with a sponge, but I love this foundation so much. Gonna repurchase it. Like there's like nothing left in here. I don't even know why I was keeping it like there, but like, do you see that? Like, and nothing in there. So super love. I would say if you are just older, and I use the term older loosely because you could be 30 and have have all the symptoms and problems of like older skin. It just depends on how you've taken care of your skin. It depends on genetics. So I'm just using this term loosely. But this is one of the most beautiful foundations. It's so lightweight, but it covers. It's kind of, I don't know. This gets a lot of love, so I don't feel like I need to like harp on it too much, but love this. And then this is if you have, I would say like more oily skin, you might enjoy this more. Combo oily, and if you have like normal dry, maybe you need to prep your skin more because I know I do when I do this. So keeping this, decluttering this, but only because it's old. This is the Bye Bye Lines from It Cosmetics. I know they have that new foundation out and it's getting extremely mixed reviews, but I would say most people hate it. I like this, but I think that when I wear it, because my face hates silicones, this is a very silicone heavy foundation. So while it looks really nice on my skin tends to get irritated and dried out when I put silicones on it. So I have to prep, and it's actually preferable that I wear a primer when I use this. Otherwise it's skin to skin contact and not very good. But if you can handle dimethicone, this is a beautiful foundation. So keeping. So the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I have shades 2 and 3 here because I realize I'm in fact really not shade 3. While it works for me, it's probably better for the summer. I'm actually a better match in shade 2. I really love this foundation. It's one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I mean, as far as drugstore foundations go, there might only be like 5, or actually really 3 that I really like. So it's medium to full coverage. It has a dewy finish. Whenever I see reviews of this, I just find that people who have oily skin hate it, and people who don't have oily skin tend to enjoy it. So take that for what you will. But I mean, this is one of my like old loves, so keeping both because these are both brand new bottles. Okay, so moving on to more drugstore foundations. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage, not concealer, foundation. And this is a huge doe foot on here. I love this. Okay, so when their concealer came out, everyone was obsessed with it. Everyone was talking about it, how it compares to Shape Tape. Like, it's just like Shape Tape, but it's not as dry, yada yada. I was like so sick of seeing reviews. And then, have you guys seen anyone use that concealer since? Not one person, right? So I don't know. I also did not like that concealer in general. Like, I tried multiple shades and nothing really worked for me. But this foundation is really nice. It did not get hyped as much, but it's excellent. It looks so good on the skin. It's a natural matte, so maybe like, you know, it's mattifying, but it still kind of looks like your skin. Like, you can still tell there's makeup happening, but it's like in a good way. So I would recommend this to you. I really like it. I don't really need to talk about this. I've talked about it in a previous video. Everyone else has already talked about it. It's the L'Oreal Infallible. It's beautiful. It looks good on every skin type. I don't know. There's just like magic in a bottle. It's like a excellent choice for a drugstore foundation. Okay, so this is the Tom Ford Stick Concealer. I love this as foundation. No, I love it as concealer. This looks really good under the eyes. It looks really good as like a touch-up concealer. It's very full coverage. When you want that like evening flawless dewy look, this is stunning because the cream just melts into your skin. It's really pretty. Highly recommend. This is the Traceless Perfecting Foundation. I have two shades here. Actually, they're both in 05. However, I think he reformulated, so now they're like slightly different in tone. And this is the first one I bought. I had like pretty much, there's like a summer where I just like went through the whole thing. And then I don't know what really happened, but then I'm guessing it became cooler. And then again, this is a heavy dimethicone silicone type foundation. So it sits beautifully on the skin, but when I don't have enough hydration or the weather changes, like my skin reacts very quickly. So I started getting clogged pores because of this, but it's a beautiful foundation. I'm like, just like, again, I just can't do the silicones like on a daily basis, but beautiful foundation. So maybe I'll keep this one. I wonder if we can get rid of this one because it really is just way too dark. Okay, I misspoke. It's not too dark. It's just, I don't know why. Maybe I'll keep it. Okay, whatever. The Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. This is beautiful. Again, light to medium coverage at most, but another kind of go-to. I'm not saying it's like the Wander Beauty, but I'm saying like these kind of fall in the same category for me, where I'm just kind of like, I really don't know what I want to wear. I just want something that will look good, so I reach for these. So love. Okay, so these are by Illuminaire. I don't even know who I was watching that was talking about these. They are so good. So there's two versions here, the Concealing Mineral Foundation and the Moisturizing Mineral Foundation. So I have them so both of them are in the same shade. However, the moisturizing version is darker. They're both extremely high coverage. So this moisturizing one, I only reach into when I kind of need to do like, I don't know, heavy concealing. So I haven't delved into it that much. All over the face is too dark for me right now, but I'm really excited to use it in the summer because it's like a darker tone on me, and I mean, it's gonna look beautiful. So the Concealing Mineral Foundation I've used a lot, and I always just add a drop of oil into it. It looks so beautiful. It's so full coverage, but it's so thin and light. Love. Again, need a drop of oil, but I highly recommend these. I love these so much. So these are the Hollywood Flawless filters from Charlotte Tilbury, but I use them as mixers, so we don't really need to talk about those. And then this is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I have them in my foundations because I don't know, I really don't like this as concealer. I got them and I tried them out and I forgot about them, so I couldn't return them, but so I just now use them as foundation sometimes. I really don't understand the hype behind these. Again, it was like, it's just like Shape Tape, but it's dewy and it's not as, okay, whatever. I'm just sick of those comparisons, but I just didn't like it. Under the eyes, it creased no matter how little I use, how I applied it, if I like primed or not. It's okay, but I do think it's pretty as a foundation, so we're gonna keep it for that. This is the Dermablend Flawless Creator. I've mentioned this before, I'm pretty sure. It's really pretty on the skin. You can add it to any foundation to make it more high coverage. However, when you wear it alone, you have to remember that these are pigments. It's like not a foundation per se. So depending on your skin type, it might not sit on your skin the right way, or it might not mix with other things as well. For example, if you were to use just like a facial oil on your skin, right? And then you apply this, it's gonna break up, obviously. It's like not meant to be worn that way. So I use this really sparingly. I have to like play with it more. I don't even know why I have it. It's actually like, I don't know, who did I watch? I don't know. You know, people just influence you. But I'm keeping this because I'm gonna like play with it more. Okay, so here's some minis that I have in my collection. This is the Hourglass in Nude. I think I might actually be Shell, but this is a little sample size. I wanted to play with it to get a feel for how it sits on my skin. So there's that. This is the Dior Backstage Foundation in the shade 2N. I love this foundation. I might at some point, probably should be like very quickly in the near future because summer. This is a super thin foundation, but it's like matte and beautiful. Yeah, and I'm trying to decide if I'm 2N, 2W, or like what I should be, but I love this so much. It's so beautiful. Yes. And lastly is the Hourglass Vanish Foundation. This one's in the shade Shell. So this is my shade. I haven't tried it yet. After seeing so many reviews on it, I feel like a lot of people felt like it was matte. It looked like too matte. It looked aging. It was like too much coverage, but not in a good way. So I was like, I'm not even gonna try this on my skin because I'm like, why would I put makeup on my face knowing it's gonna look horrible, right? So now that it's warmer, I'm gonna try it out, and then hopefully, I mean, I don't really need it to work out, but I would like it to. It's always nice to have something in your collection that you can like go to. Okay, so my declutter pile is not very large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I mean, better than not decluttering anything, right? I mean, and I'm a base products person. Actually, I'm a makeup person. I shouldn't even pretend like whatever, but this is the declutter pile. Okay, so, and this is the keeps. So these I don't really know how to store yet, but we have, I don't know, somewhat organized. I don't know, bougie foundation here. These are summer shades, something. I don't know, it's kind of hard to organize. And then this one is like drugstore, high SPF, and like kind of glowy go-to foundation type thing. So, yep.